When we return to our planet, the High Court may well sentence you to torture.
He likes movies, we like movies. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world.
I'd buy that for $1.
Greetings. You're watching SeptumSin versus the world. I'm SeptumSin. I'm here with Kotobuki Jake.
Hi.
And we're here to let you know what's coming out. So, here, take a quick look at the DVDs and Blu-rays coming to you. We've got a lot going on this week, so we kind of divided it equal 50-50 here. So I'm going to go ahead and start us off. Hotel Transylvania 3 is coming out, so it's another notch in the series. A series that is kind of endearing for the person who is the star of the series. It's not the greatest animated series I have seen movie-wise, but for Adam Sandler, it's downright great. I mean, he did 8 Crazy Nights and it was terrible. So, this one though, it really does feel good. He's not the best voice actor in this series, but he still plays his part well. And
he's surrounded by people who, for the most part, are. I mean, Selena Gomez does a great job as his daughter. And as his old man, Mel Brooks is a hoot.
Oh, great. And I think he's back for this one, too.
Yes.
And, they're going on a cruise. I want to see this for that fact alone, because I've been on a cruise, and I'm going on another cruise eventually. So I want to see this again, or I want to see this for the first time.
You guys will have to take this along with you to watch with you, because it will be so appropriate for a Halloween cruise.
Yep, and now on to you.
Okay, so my first one is a movie that I enjoyed a lot back in the day. I haven't seen it in years, but we have a, quote, 20-year reunion. God, it's 20 years. That's so depressing.
We're all...
So depressing. Because the people in this movie, this was like a high school party movie that came out the year before I graduated. Oh my God, it's so depressing. But anyway, we have a 20-year reunion release of Can't Hardly Wait, which was not the greatest film in the world, but God, it was fun. You got Jennifer Love Hewitt, Seth Green, Lauren Ambrose, Ethan Embry. I think Jenna Elfman was in it.
Yeah.
And then, notably, I think it was the last movie role for Charlie Korsmo before he became a government employee. I still don't... Dude was a successful child actor, decided to go straight and be a pencil pusher for the government.
A lot of them, they would turn sour by it. That's,
yeah. But it was a fun movie, and... I wouldn't mind updating it. I think I have it on DVD. If I don't, it's still on VHS. It wouldn't hurt to get a deluxe edition for Blu-ray, but I'll wait for a Black Friday sale. But I'm excited that it's getting a re-release.
So the next one, which is a re-release by Scream Factory, which does great re-releases, is the movie Trick or Treat. Not to be mistaken with Trick or Treat. I actually have both of these right here. I'm going to pull them real quick. So this is Trick or Treat. This is the one that's being released.
Yep.
This is a release by Warner Premiere. And again, I've got the Blu-ray. I'm probably not going to be picking this up, but I do know if it's anything like any of their other releases, it's going to have a crap load of special features.
Yeah.
This one we've did on Movies Galore.
Yeah.
I mistook this one for this one.
Well, then we will be doing that one from the way things are looking.
Yes. So actually, week 3. So this week we're doing an Italian job there. The next week we're doing
the Italian job?
Yeah. Great Halloween film, the
That'd
Italian
be a good one to do.
The next week we're doing, what was it? It was Pumpkinhead. And this coming, then the week afterwards, it's going to be Trick or Treat. So we've got a lot of cool things that are coming up. And you need to check it out. Get on to Movies Galore. Check us out. Enjoy the discussions. This is coming out the same day as the Movies Galore discussion on that Italian film, which I cannot remember the name of.
Boy Omega.
Okay, yeah. Beyond the Darkness, I believe, is the English.
Yeah.
I have some interesting things to say about it. Actually, I've seen one other film by that director. And it was his other works of love.
Good times.
But enough about that. Just highlight.
Okay. So my next one is one that I frankly don't know much about, but from what he tells me, it's worth noting. There's a movie coming out, apparently part of the DC animated universe, Constantine MFV. Now, my experience so far with Constantine in the DC animated universe is strictly from Justice League Dark, and that was a pretty good little movie. I enjoyed it. And Constantine's a fun character. He really is. He's a fun character. If they do this right, it will be worth seeing.
I enjoyed. I'm one of the few who enjoyed the original film that they released with Keanu Reeves.
I never saw it. I need to.
I liked it. A lot of people didn't care for it. I also liked the series. It was a shame. It's good that he got a place on Legends of Tomorrow, though.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The actor does a good Constantine, and you know that actually, though DC has turned us in a bad way with the movies, they actually do a very good job with their animated features and their TV for the most part. So, another remake, another remake or re-release, is Scream Factory re-releasing The House on Haunted Hill on Blu-ray. I really do want this in a way because I want to see all the special features, but it's $30 freaking. I don't want to see it that bad. I like this film. I saw it in theaters back when I was in college. And it was one of the first horror movies I actually ever watched in theaters. It's a remake of the original Vincent Price film, which was very cerebral. This one was less cerebral, but definitely more fun.
Who was in the remake?
Chris Kattan was in it. I can't think of the other ones off the top of my head, but I remember Chris Kattan. He was probably the one that stole the show, actually, because he was hilarious in it.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to see it. It is worth seeing.
Okay.
There are a few moments that might be considered a little bit gross, but not nearly as much as, say, the last film that we were talking about.
I don't know. He, as far as I'm concerned, his horror movie is Santa's Sleigh. But anyway, so the next one is actually a release of a film that came out to little fanfare over the summer. But I'm intrigued by it, A, because Joaquin Phoenix is known for going deep dive into most characters he plays. And B, I like the title. It's called Don't Worry, He Won't Get Far on Foot.
Yeah.
And I don't know much about it, but I just, from that title alone, I'm like, okay, I'm curious. But I already have a hold on this through the library. It's not obviously been released yet, but once it starts moving, I can start looking forward to getting it. I'm curious about it.
Well, I've got one that also I haven't been as... I'm familiar with it, but I'm not. I've seen a couple episodes many years ago on VHS tape. And that's a series called Zillion. This is the first time it's getting a release on media that's not VHS. And it might be the first time it's getting a full release. I was first introduced through the Sega Master System. They had a game based on it, which was a puzzle game and a shooter. And it was really cool. It's very tedious by today's standards. But the game, in the old days, it was really awesome. You could upgrade your blaster. You had to get different items to access different points. You had to write down the codes and input the codes. It was really cool. And what little I saw of the series is the generic sci-fi anime series, but the box art looks awesome that Funimation did here. I do want to see this. I want to see this series all the way. So I won't be buying it because I can't afford it right now, but I'm going to keep my eye on this.
All right. Let go. All right. Next up is a big one for me. Another one that I have a hold on through the library, and I've been waiting for. I wanted to go see it in the movies, and I didn't make it. But it's actually a movie starring Jodie Foster, of all people, as a character called the Nurse. I think if I recall correctly, I think that's how she's referred to in the film. She is a nurse who takes care of injured criminals at a place called Hotel Artemis. And that is the title of the movie, Hotel Artemis. I just saw the preview and I'm like, that looks like a cool movie. I don't care if it's any good or not. It looks like it would be fun. And I know she wasn't the only big name attached to it. I just can't remember the cast right now. But I am looking forward to seeing that one. I'm disappointed that I had to wait for video, but yeah, whatever.
Well, my last one I want to talk about that I want to highlight is one I've read the entire manga for. They're doing a re-release for Funimation's Essentials line. And for once, Funimation is putting it out at a really good price. And that is Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches. This is a really cool series. Unfortunately, it doesn't run nearly long enough. 13 episodes. They're 12 or 13 episode series, essentially where this guy discovers that all of these witches, each with specific power, are going to his school. And they don't all know that they're witches, but apparently the school has a way of like bestowing these powers on these 7 women and this one individual. And it is really cool. It's a nice little shonen type series. And I really did enjoy it all the way through when I read the manga, and I'm kind of glad that I can get this now for $20, which I did, by the way. Cool. And so, yeah, this one is one I just had to get. I mean, I know a good deal when I see it, and that was a really good deal.
And I will admit, this is one as well where the title appeals to me. The title's, just stuck in my brain, and it's like, I want to see this. And I've heard him say good things about it, so it's on my list. The last one I want to talk about is another one that I've heard really good things about. I don't have a strong familiarity with it, but I've just heard really good things about the anime Recovery of an MMO Junkie. It supposedly is a really good series. If I recall correctly, I think it centers on a 30-something female gamer, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Which that setup by itself, that's a rarity for anime. And a lot of people talked about how this covered ground that a lot of shows don't cover. So I am very curious about this, and I want to see it. And both of those two, I'm going to be looking for good sales this holiday season. Yeah.
So, that's it for this particular week's DVD Blu-ray is coming out.
Yeah.
And we will see you on the next one. I hope that you let us know what you would like. Anything on here that you're interested in getting. Anything that we missed.
If you want to take us to task for not talking about the film that's going to win Best Picture and Best Actor and all that stuff, because we know that The Rock put his best work ever into Skyscraper. You know that. If you want to say, what were you thinking not talking about that one? Yeah, let us know in the comments.
I guess we'll see you on the next one.
Yes.